Will you step in Eli Manning like, Deion Sanders like, to the point where like you told him, hey man, I ain't taking that psych test with the Giants. I followed you after that. I said I wasn't taking it either. Will you step in and do some of that if it's the wrong organization and say he ain't going there?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not going to do it publicly. I'll do it privately.
Yeah. Okay.
So you said you're going to be dad. You're going to be dad. You're going to be dad.
I'm going to be dad until the cows come home. Yes, sir. And with Travis as well.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that's your other son.
That's your other son.
Yeah. But give us a little bit more insight on where you would like to. You don't even have to name teams. You can just give me region, style, whatever that Shedeur needs or you want to see him go and play for. You don't have to give me teams. Just give me regions.
I'm not going to give you regions. I give you understanding.
Give me understanding.
Somebody that can handle the quarterback that he is. Somebody that can handle understanding that what he's capable of. Someone that has had success in the past handling quarterbacks, or someone in an organization understands what they're doing. Not just throwing you out there amongst the wolves. You don't have the support in the infrastructure of the team. Forget the line. He's played with lines that hadn't been great, but he's been able to do his thing. But just the infrastructure of the team and the direction of where we're going. He could deal with anything. One thing about Shedeur that separates him from a lot of quarterbacks, Shedeur started every game in high school, every game in college, but one. And he's just, he is like that, man. Like he has a true gift. And it comes from God, and he loves this game of football. You see him stunning like his daddy every now and then, but that's just who he is. He got that honest. You got to see that. He got that honest. But this kid loves this game, and he has an insatiable appetite to win. And I want somebody to be able to propel him to the next level as well. You know, not just getting drafted by a team. Because
I wonder how shallow feels.
Like the ugly stepchild.
Golly. Because for them to say, oh, you can't forget Travis. And then he's like, oh, yeah, Travis.
My other son.
And then he's like.
So, okay.
Because you know he called his dad out when he was on the Jimmy Fallon show.
Shallow did?
Shallow called his pops out because he was on the Jimmy Fallon show and kind of similarly the same thing.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Shedeur being an early first rounder.
Yeah.
He was talking about Travis being an early first rounder. Not once did he bring up Shallow. And Shallow was like, but what's up with that?
So,
like,
but he said in the past he's been honest with Shallow. So I'm not feeling. If Shallow feels away, Shallow's right to feel away. He has every right to feel away. But if he's like Deion has said, like you saw at the Kansas State game, this motherfucker played terrible.
Yeah.
Play terrible. He straight up said, he didn't say motherfucker, but because Prime don't cuss.
And he's losing his like draft. What was I about to say?
Who, Shallow?
Yeah.
He never had draft stock. We're not doing that. Look, yeah we're not.
But it's going down. It was already not high, but now it's like
he's in the same spot where he was last year to start this season after he got hurt, and now he's Deion Sanders' other son. He was never going. I'm not saying he's not going to get drafted. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say he's not going to get drafted. I'm also not going to say he won't get a chance at the NFL team. And I'm not saying he cannot make an NFL roster. What I'm saying is that he's never been a focal topic. He's never been a guy that I don't think scouts. Do you think he's giving scouts a reason to be like?
Well, you gotta think when he was in high school, he was ranked higher than Shedeur was.
Okay.
Starting out, he was higher than Shedeur. And then he was invited to Under Armour. He was invited to the Nike camps.
What part of that do you think is his name? What part of that do you think has to do with him being the Sanders?
Probably a lot, but also his level. He was Travis Hunter at the time, like playing both sides of the ball. Like, granted, I'm saying just playing both sides of the ball. I'm not calling him Travis Hunter.
Okay,
I'm just saying like he was like a Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
he played both sides of the ball throughout high school. He played
running back.
He played corner and wide receiver.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I seen his highlight tape, bro. Like he was out there sliding on them kids, but as we all know, he really neither one of them have like a very broad stride when they run. It's kind of like shallow or Shedeur. They both
neither are fast. That's the funny
at
part.
all.
That's for Deion Sanders to be one of the fastest.
He's got quickness. Now Bucky was fast.
Yes, I have seen
his highlight.
He's also kind of smaller. He's a little
way
short.
smaller.
He's short.
Probably got a lot to do with who their moms are or something.
You know, genetics do matter when you make these
genetics because they mom's tall.
Hey,
Shallow and Shedeur's mom.
What Chad Johnson say? He said every lady I lay down with to have a kid with, I always look at the ankles. He said the ankles will tell you who's gonna be an athlete or not. If they got fat ankles, they ain't gonna. Golly, they ain't gonna be no athlete. But if their ankles is thin, that means they can move. They're gonna be agile. They got good feet. They're gonna be an athlete.
Yeah.
But what do you think about what Prime is saying?
My bad.
Like for him, not shallow is cool. But what do you think about what Prime is saying as far as like I'm gonna step in because he's not saying he's not gonna step in. I think that's number one. But number two, he's saying I'm not gonna do it publicly. I'm gonna do it privately.
Well, I think.
But once you say that. The public knows. We know you stepping in there.
Yeah, that's
so exactly it's kind of like if
that's why I had that reaction when he was like, when they was like, "You gonna do it?" And he was like, "Yeah, but I ain't gonna do it publicly." I was like, "Well,
you doing it now?
Yeah,
you told us you're doing it. You're doing it now." But do you have a problem with him not only doing that for Shedeur, but also doing that for Travis? And do you have a problem with it even being? I don't want to say allowed, but with it being a thing where guys or where teams can be persuaded or told not to pick X player. We've seen it in NBA and we have seen the football before. Like they said, like they referenced the Eli Manning situation. And they basically said Eli, they told him like Eli the Manning told him he wasn't going to, was it the Chargers? It was the Chargers. He's not going there. He's not going, he's not whatever y'all doing. Cause you gotta think at the time, culture-wise, the Chargers were not what they kind of became to a certain extent, and they were not at the level of a culture of what the Giants were back then.
And on top of that, he would have been playing behind Phillip Rivers anyway, so it's kind of...
No, he'd have been playing... No, they were split. That was all the same draft class. It was him, It was Eli, Phillip, and Ben. That's all the same class.
That was such a man.
So, but the conversation was between Phillip and Eli. The Chargers had to pick.
Yeah.
The manager was like, "Hey, bro, we not. If y'all draft, he going back to school."
Yeah. I don't really have an issue with him doing that per se, because it's just like it can't be no. It's cool when you do it. It's a problem, but it's gonna be a problem if I do it.
Not do it
type thing. And also, Deion's got that type of pull and leverage where he actually can go in and make a difference in those type of negotiations. So with that being said, I think it's good. I think it's also admirable because it's just like you can't expect him to have that much influence and say so from Pee-wee all the way up and even into college and think that he ain't going to have a say so with where they end up landing in the NFL as well.
So, okay. So just looking at it now, this is the draft order right now if the draft was to be today. We know Travis and Shedeur are going top 5.
Yeah.
Top 10 minimum, top 5. Let's say they're going top 10.
Yeah.
So we got a little broader range to play with. So top 10 right now, we're looking at the Jaguars, the Giants, the Titans, Cleveland, Vegas, New England, New Orleans, Jets, Carolina, Miami, in that order. And sitting right outside that 10 is Dallas. Right? Now, out of all these teams, those 10 that are listed, the only teams that are, I guess, technically still fighting for their playoff lives, if you want to look at it that way, are the Dolphins and the Jets. Everybody else is kind of in a situation where the season's over. We're gearing up for the offseason. We're gearing up to see what our draft order is going to be, what we can acquire in the offseason, whatever. Like we're not even worried about the playoffs now. We're halfway through the season, 10 games in, and we're 6-7 games under 500.
Yeah.
Right? We're not in the playoff picture. The Jets and Dolphins have a puncher's chance at making it. They got to win out. Both got to win out and they got to play each other. So one of them ain't going to make it, or both ain't going to make it, but they're going to knock each other out.
Yeah.
Out of those, let's say 11 teams, I say 10. Out of those 10 teams, we can look at this list and know Dion is going to block Travis and Shedeur. Shedeur's not going. Put it like this: Shedeur won't be good.
Shedeur's going Vegas.
So this is the thing. The only teams out of this top 10 that I think Dion would allow for Travis and Shedeur to go to is Vegas, New England, Miami, and honestly, Dallas is going to be in that top 10.
I think he got respect for Jerry, but you can't be blind to what Jerry's doing down there in Dallas, and I don't think he was saying neither one of them. If he's got to say so in it.
No, bro. Listen.
He got a lot of respect for Jerry Jones. He loves Jerry.
I love Frank.
And all of that, bro, but I don't think he's going I don't think he was send neither one of them.
I think you're crazy.
To Dallas.
I think, bro, you're talking about first off, if Shedeur was to end up in Dallas, I think Dion possibly is going with it. That's been a conversation. I've personally been saying this since last summer. And now, I was under the impression that Colorado was not, I'm not going to say that I didn't think they were going to be good, but Colorado is definitely outperforming what a lot of people thought, including myself. I thought they'd make a bowl game. I said they'll win about maybe 6 to 8 games this year. But for them to be basically in the conversations of being in the college football playoffs at this point and winning the Big 12.
Yeah, because even I told you.
Leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds. But they have.
I told you they was going to be tough for sure.
Well, no. I'm not saying it like that. But what I'm saying is I knew that they wouldn't be as bad as they were last year. And I felt like that they can't risk being as bad as they were last year this year again. Like he could another 3-win, another 4-win season. Oh no, you can't. I don't even think Colorado would want that for themselves. So for them to be 7-2 at this juncture and being number 2 in the Big 12 and setting themselves up to potentially play BYU in the Big 12 championship and potentially get a spot in the college football playoffs, because you got to think, even if they lose in the Big 12 championship game to BYU, they will be the most polarizing 3-loss team that could probably get in. It's Colorado. Like, who isn't going to want to see Colorado, Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter play against whoever? You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be a marquee game.
And watching them now, like, they finally hitting their stride. They came out slow last Saturday, so it was kind of just like, bro, okay, here we go.
It was a road game.
Y'all was the captain of y'all's fate, and here y'all go being y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
Here y'all go doing y'all. This it's expected.
Same old.
We gave y'all too much praise and press in the coming week, and here y'all go. Just everything we said just went straight out the window. Y'all keeping up to y'all's MO. The end of that first half, I was like, okay, we got us a ball game. Coming out of halftime, bro, I seen the energy. The sideline was hyped, and then also from the whole tortilla thing, and then going to beer bottles, and they said. Travis said on his show that he was like, bro, they was throwing everything. They was throwing beer bottles. They was throwing vapes. They was throwing tortillas. He said, bro, after we won the game and I'm walking out, he was like, bro, I get hit in the head with a slice of pizza. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Bro, hold on. You know how mad you got to be to throw a slice of pizza?
He said it was a half-eaten slice of pizza.
It doesn't matter. Them slice of pizza cost about $5.
No,
at a football game.
That's about 12.
You see what I'm saying? And so, man,
and it's that box. It's a box. Personal. Bro, you already know what I'm talking about. That little personal, bro. That's cut in 4 quarters.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna let them hoes be hitting though.
But still, you know how mad you got to be to throw that.
And he said he feels like it had a pin attached to it so that it would have the trajectory, because he was like, bro, when it hit, the pin fell off of the pizza. And he looked. It was just like, bro, how I get hit in the head with a pin and a pizza at the same time?
They want you to sign the box and give it back.
Type shit. And he said he signed a tortilla and threw it in the back of the stands. And he was like, in the tortilla that he picked up and stuffed in his pants. He was like, when he went, you didn't see that?
No.
Bro, he picked up a tortilla mid-play, bro, put it in his pants. He was like, and they asked him, they was like, bro, what you do with that tortilla?
I hate it.
Nah, he said when he got back to the sideline, he launched it in the stands at somebody. And I was just like,
somebody else ate it.
I said, it's a weirdo who caught that tortilla and kept it.
But no, so like,
but yeah, back to what I was saying. They came out slow. I think they are really the captains of their own fate now, and this is really in their hands. If Colorado does not make it to the Big 12 championship, it is their own fault.
Yes.
Because you got to think about all the teams that lost. and all the they put in the hard work and they won the games that they needed to win and everything. But still, at the same time, there was a lot of teams that also needed to lose, so y'all could be in this position. So, with that being said, if Colorado, for whatever reason, which I think they still can win out, I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think they can still get it done just because the way they can put up points on the offensive side, the offensive line, they started out slow just like the defense did, kind of, but the offensive line really picks it up.
You know what the biggest takeaway for them, the difference between last year and this year is? Last year they couldn't stop shit. And last year in games where their offense struggled, they would get down 28, 24, 30, and the offense got to come out second half and we got to score every single drive. And they had games where they fought back and they would lose 48 to 45 or 52 to 50. Like they would have shootouts. Yeah. This year, when the offense is struggling as of late, the defense is doing its thing. And yeah, we might be down, but we're only down 3 or 4 points because our defense only gave up 2 scoring drives, only gave up a field goal or whatever. And now as an offense, we're not as pressed to feel like we got to score and we can take our time. We can still play our game. And it's allowed them to run the ball consistently. Yeah. Gustav, what's the little the white boy?
And I think they was blocking kicks.
Bro, they've done.
Texas Tech was missing kicks. I think they blocked the kick. So then it was just like
Colorado has done
the unthinkable.
A complete 180.
The unthinkable, bro.
In a 12-month span, if you take the Colorado team from last year and they play that Texas Tech team this past Saturday, they're going to halftime down 28 points.
I mean, even Paul Feinberg now, he's on the hawk tool train.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
He's on the hawk tool train, bro. Like he's sitting there, bro. I was watching him yesterday and today, bro. He was just like, he was talking about it himself, and he was just like, I didn't give him a chance. He was like, but now,
sure,
I think they can do it. He was like, and if they don't do it, that's their fault. He was like, and it'll just basically, like I said,
I mean,
it'll be their own fault.
Okay, so let's, like, as a team collective, as you could say, talent wise, as a whole, you could say that they don't have the offensive line and potentially the defense. They're playing well, but they don't have the SEC-esque offensive defensive line, the Big Ten offensive and defensive line type people.
Yeah,
like they don't have that, but they got the horses. You can say that if they do make the playoffs, they have the best quarterback in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you can say that if they do make the playoffs, they have the best wide receiver core in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They make the playoffs, you could say they have the best defensive player potentially in the playoffs. As of right now, Travis Hunter is a Heisman front runner.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say they have the best player in the country on their team,
yeah,
if not one of the 2 of the 5, 2 of the 10, whatever.
You got arguably the best quarterback and also best defensive and offensive playmaker
in the country on your team.
On one team.
So now, if they make the playoffs, and there's no dominant team in college football this year, even if you want to say, Penn State struggles to score a lot. They're a good football team, but they struggle to score. Ohio State is up and down. Their quarterback is Will Howard is not good.
Well, Indiana hasn't played nobody. Think about your undefeateds. Indiana really hasn't played nobody. Army really hasn't played nobody.
Army's not making the playoffs. So I'm not.
Nah, but I'm just saying.
But Army is.
I'm saying for the sake of there's no one dominant team.
For sure.
And somebody's gonna see this and be like, man, this undefeated team.
I mean, I guess you could say that the best team, even though that they did lose to Georgia, I would say probably is Texas. Rounded, like if you go top to bottom, like Texas is probably.
Nah, Texas really ain't getting it done on defense though. They are, but they ain't.
Yeah, I can't.
Texas been in some shootouts. I feel like a dominant team don't be in
shootouts outside of Georgia, and they was losing, they had to fight back. But outside of Georgia,
yeah, but they also allow teams to put up points too, and a dominant team isn't going to do that. When I think of a well-rounded dominant team, bro, I go back to last year's Michigan team. That Michigan team put teams away early and often, and then they keep them away too. Like you may score some here or there, a little trick play or whatever. That's just because the defense done, like the starters done. Yeah. They did this subs and shit like that, and it's just like. But thinking back to last year, bro, no team really put up over 28, if that, on Michigan, let alone 21, 20, 24, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I think of dominant teams, bro, I go back to those type teams. Or like your Alabamas, your
I mean, if you want Texas, bro, Texas they've been putting people up. The only team to really put up numbers on them was Georgia put up 30, Vanderbilt put up 24. Other than that, Florida only put up 17. They beat Florida 49-17. They beat Oklahoma 34-3. That's a rivalry. They beat Mississippi State 35-13.
Yeah, and that was expected.
They beat Louisiana Monroe. They beat Louisiana Monroe 51-3. Expected. They beat UT San Antonio 56-7.
Yeah, but they're doing what they're supposed to do against teams that's supposed to do it too.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Even outside of the Georgia game, which they lost, they haven't really given up points. Like,
yeah, but they also don't really have no crazy schedule either.
They in the SEC.
I mean, that's okay, bro. I get what you're saying.
So I'm gonna ask you, what? So they just spanked Florida. They was beating Florida like 40-0.
Bro, Florida's just now picking it up again.
No, I'm not saying, but I'm saying
LSU's just now picking it up again.
LSU,
Auburn's just now picking it up again.
But what I'm saying,
Tennessee is gonna be Tennessee because they've been solid for the last 5 years.
But what I'm saying is just looking at their schedule. Yes, Michigan's having.
I'll give it. Look, it's what I'll do for you. I'll give it to you for the simple fact they coming into the SEC and this is year one.
And they're performing.
Yes, I'll give.
You can say that they are the best team in the SEC this year.
Yeah,
their only loss is to Georgia. Georgia lost to Bama and Ole Miss. Bama lost to Tennessee.
But I'm going off what you said. You said there really isn't one dominant team, and then you was like, "Well, I kind of was."
Texas will probably be the most dominant.
Texas probably be the most dominant.
Like if I had to look at teams from top to bottom, if you want to say the best 25, Texas is the most well-rounded. I can look at them and I have examples of them playing very, very well on defense. I have examples of them putting up points on offense. They have a quarterback. They got two quarterbacks. They can get it done. If one of them gets hurt, they got the other one. You know what I'm saying? They got running backs. They got receivers. Like, they have everything there. Like, Texas would be the best team in college football this year. But I can say, just from watching college football this year, in the past, we knew, okay, Georgia or fucking Michigan in consideration last year. Georgia or Michigan last year, they just looked like they was just better than everybody. Now, given Georgia lost to Bama, which, I mean, Bama and Georgia's always neck and neck. It just always, you can always pinpoint one dominant team in college football. This is the first time in a very, very long time where we cannot really pinpoint and say that is the best team without a shot of a doubt in college football. Like, no matter who they line up against, they are going to beat. It's not even a conversation. And in the past, it's been Georgia, Bama, and then you sprinkle in the Michigan here, or you sprinkle in Ohio State here. This is the first time in a very, very long time where it's like we don't know who's going.
Clemson.
We don't know who's going to win this shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why Colorado has a chance. I don't think Colorado will beat Texas, but it can get interesting. If Colorado comes out and Shedeur plays the best he can play and Travis plays the best he can play, I can see whoever gets the ball last wins.
And it ain't that many teams who's running that style of offense either for real in the SEC as far as like a spread, spread out, and you got that many receivers who can.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, yes.
Tennessee good.
But they haven't played Tennessee. But I'm also
they don't play them yet.
They don't play them this year. So that's what I'm saying. So like when you get into, and I'm just agreeing with you, that when you get into having to play a team like that and you haven't
Vanderbilt Vanderbilt surprised shit out of me this year. I'm surprised they won the 7 games. They won 6 and 1.
But also Vanderbilt really don't have the tools that Colorado has.
They don't.
And that's the point I'm trying to make to you. Is they don't have those type of tools. So you really don't know what your secondary really is capable of, what they're gonna be fooled on, what they're not gonna be fooled on, what they're gonna be disciplined on, what they're not gonna be disciplined on.
The best offense you could say that they played was Georgia this year. That was the best offense they played. Just as far as talent-wise with the receivers. But Georgia's weakness is the quarterback. He's not good. Quarterback is not good. But offensively, as far as everything else that Georgia has, they got everything else. You know what I'm saying? You know what? This Georgia team reminds me of those kind of middle, early of the pack Alabama schools where it's like your quarterback really might not be that great with your A.J. McCarrons and your goddamn what's the other dude that they had? God, he's on TV now. I can't think of his name. But They had all the horses. You got the Julio Jones. You got your
Greg McElroy.
Greg McElroy. Yeah.
So
So
finger was a little close.
my fault.
I've been watching that motherfucker.
But you get
that time, bro, it went out of my sight, so it let me know it was under my chin.
But what I'm saying, this how this Georgia team is like. Georgia hasn't really had an elite quarterback during this whole run. Like the best quarterback that they had was Justin Fields, and he left. I'm talking about talent wise.
Stetson was tough.
Talent wise, no. He was a great college quarterback,
but he was also old as hell.
But that's what I'm saying. Like for college, he was great. He was good for what he had to do, and he knew how to be.
Is he still in the NFL?
I don't know. I remember he got in trouble for being drunk and knocking on people's doors in Dallas at like 2 a.m. or some shit, bro. He was the backup on the Rams for a while, but I think they sent him home. The last thing I remember about Stetson Bennett. But all in all, though, bro, I think
see the SEC just do have quarterbacks. Either you're gonna be good or you're gonna be a bust.
Or you're gonna be ass. I do think it is kind of cool, I guess per se, that like Deion is setting himself up to kind of be the first black family of football. Like when you really think about it, like you got your Mannings, and like the Mannings are like they're football royalty. Motherfuckers look at the Mannings like that is football royalty. Your Tom is Tom. Other guys come in, but if you are associated with the Mannings, like Arch Manning, they've been calling him a goddamn what's the shit called? I don't want to say not a phenomenon, but a prodigy since he was like a freshman in high school. Like it's been built up for that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Manning family is that if you got the Manning name, you're gonna get a chance. You know what I mean? Like, and you're gonna be protected. They're gonna put you in the best situation.
I can see what you're saying
win.
as far as like a dad who has sons who grew up playing one particular sport, and he was able to get
like, bro. They're not gonna let Arch go to a situation like what Caleb is dealing with in Chicago right now.
I mean, you could kind of say LeVar was the first to do it.
Well, that's NBA. I'm talking about football.
Yeah.
In basketball, yes, we got different. You can LeVar, but football, we don't.
LeVar took a group of brothers and really, like, from high school.
But what I'm saying, family wise, like from the dad to the son to the brother to the nephew to the grandson, it's like that's a family. So I'm saying like with what, and now Travis isn't Deion's son, but he views him as a son. He views a lot of his players, all his players as y'all like my kids. And
based on that video, it's only one son he's really worried about. Two.
He's worried about two. Well, you know, but he know he's honest. Look,
and the crazy thing is, one of them is not his.
Listen, Shiloh, you can be on my coach staff. Okay, that's what you can do. I'm gonna give you a job.
I don't even think he'll give him a job.
He just gonna sit there. Hey, you go. Now he gave Bucky a job.
Yeah, holding a camera.
That's a job.
But you think he's gonna trust
Shiloh? Hold my clipboard.
You think he's gonna trust Shiloh?
Yes.
To be responsible for the DBs.
First off, I don't think Shiloh will be a DB coach. He needs to be linebacker coach.
I don't even think he'll give him that responsibility.
Okay, well you could be the fucking strength and conditioning coach.
What he gonna be, the new jockey?
He could be strength and conditioning. Strength and conditioning. Or he could be the guy that keeps everybody back on the sideline.
That's strength and conditioning.
There you go. That's your job.
We disrespecting the fuck out that. Like, it's bad enough his dad disrespected the hell out of him.
But I'm saying, like,
daily basis.
But I'm saying, like, bro, that's part of you being a good parent is you being honest with your kid. Like, if you got a kid and your son, remember my wife and my kids?
Oh yeah.
He used to tell Junior all the time, bro, you are dumb as shit, but I love you. Yeah. But you stupid, boy. You just stupid, boy.
Shut up, stupid.
Yeah, like, and it's like, and it was okay because it's like he really is a dummy. You know what I'm saying? We can look at Shiloh and say, look, Shiloh's not the best NFL prospect. He might or might not get drafted. He will probably get a chance because he does own the Sanders last name. And hopefully he does make a career for himself. But if he doesn't, I do think Deion will give him a job. Maybe it'll be a scout.
You're going to look at him and say, nah.
But Deion's the type to make him earn that. He'll be you gotta prove it to me that you can be a linebacker coach. Prove it to me you can be a DB coach.
We've never seen him play linebacker, so how can
he plays it now?
Bro, I get what you're saying in the sense of like his hot-headedness and the way he just be attacking and shit. But bro, he's not a. So what? You would consider him like a Marlon Humphreys?
Marlon can actually play corner, but Marlon's good.
But that's what I'm saying. Marlon's also the type too to just be flying around.
Yeah, but he's good. He's an actual athlete.
I'm
like I can
you
match
missing
up.
what I'm saying.
No, I'm not. I'm
not comparing him to
picking
Marlon.
up what you're putting down.
I'm just saying the fact that how he flies around and everywhere. You saying he plays linebacker now, but we all watch him line up at safety every single day.
Stays up
every single weekend
at safety and gets cooked. The boy gets cooked.
Anyways, that's enough on Shallow, bro. I feel bad.
Yeah, no, ain't none of that.
I feel bad enough for him.
For what?
Because it is crazy. And I guess I'm just having some type of survivor's remorse. That's probably a bad term. But kind of just like, damn, bro, like, gotta be, it's gotta be hard not to be envious. Because see, well, really what I'm doing, I'm going off of what I watch on YouTube, the videos that Bucky puts out.
Yeah.
Even when they go places and they doing things, you feel me, Shallow doesn't really go. He doesn't want to go. But it's got to be something behind the fact that he don't want to go and he don't want to do shit. And
you mean like go out and like interact with like the fans and shit?
Not even so much interact with fans, because I've seen him do that. I'm just saying for the simple fact that like how Bucky can be around, Travis can be around, Shedeur can be around, Deion's around, and then we know Shallow's there, but Shallow's in a whole nother room or like doing something completely different than what everybody else is doing. If that makes sense.
It does.
And you got to think, bro. He was in all these videos when they was at Jackson State. Then they come to Colorado, and now all of a sudden, bro,
ain't no love.
Ain't no love.
Hey, because
he was getting the love down at Jackson State, bro.
We needed the Sanders name as much as possible. Now it's like,
but it ain't even so much that. I think it's just like the level of competition. He was able to go down there and dominate and be something. And it's like, even when they came up, when they came up to Colorado, the question was, could the three of them do that? And then it was always rooted around, well, Shallow's been here, but he wasn't. And then he went down and did well. And maybe he's developed now to the point where he can perform.
I'll say this and I'll leave it alone. You know it's bad when Travis and Shedeur are about to play the game, and the first thing Shedeur tells Travis is, "Don't take my brother out." And the first thing Travis does is take Shallow out the game. Like that's a that's a sign, because I play college football 25. The boy's not good. He ain't got no ability.
I didn't know Travis be doing that.
He ain't listening.
So Travis will look over to the sideline like, get him out?
No, I'm saying on the game. Like
don't take his brother out on the game.
Don't take him
out.
I thought
you were saying like on the
weekend. No.
Like,
I'm not saying it real. Like I'm saying on the video game, Shedeur and Travis, they was about to play one time, and the first thing Shedeur told Travis, "Hey, bro, don't take my brother out the lineup." And Travis first thing, "They take this nigga out the lineup." Like, and it could have just been some petty shit, but at the same time, if you look at Shallow in the game, he's not good. He's slow. He's small. He has no abilities. He's just a player. So he doesn't. It's not like he does. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, get him out the game. Like, if you ain't got no abilities, you at least got to be good. Like, and you got to at least be fast. And if you ain't fast, you got to have some abilities. He ain't got nothing. Yeah. It's like get him off my field. Get this middle linebacker off it at my back end. So, I mean, no disrespect to Shiloh, he's just not good. I'm just leaving it there.
Oh, and did you see what they was talking about, the whole when they got pressed by the ball boy? With the ball, they pressed.
I didn't see him talk about it, but I mean I seen the clip.
Bro, that shit was crazy too. I thought that was tough. I did get nervous for Bucky, for the sense of like, they already hate the fact that you're doing this.
Yeah.
Like, it's like 50-50. Like half the people love the fact that you giving us a behind the scenes look on game days and in practice. And then you got some people who don't really like that shit at all. So the fact that he was caught on footage, because he had that clip up until the point where he said what he said and he did what he did.
Yeah.
So we saw it on his footage, but then to see somebody else recording it and then they post that shit, I was like, bro, Bucky's gonna get watch there be some type of like weird thing now with Bucky being on the sideline with a camera. And I think that's only because not so much
away games, probably away games.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. At away games, of course. But I was like, I said it probably won't even be for what he said, because it's like everybody got freedom of speech. But the fact that he put his hand on him, like the white dude put his hand up because Shedeur pressed him and stepped up in his face, so he put his hand up like, "Hey, watch out!" Yeah. As soon as his hand touched Shedeur's chest, that's when Bucky came and boom, get the fuck out of here,
nigga.
Yeah, like went crazy, bro. And then I was looking, I was like, bro, I said Texas crazy, bro.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
And it's also funny too because Bucky's so monotone and he's so soft spoken, but you can tell, bro, he's not playing about his little brothers.
No, and he should. I mean,
and he should.
The situation is
he was a W brother.
I get it. The Texas Tech ball boy was reaching. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, it's like, okay, like, nigga, that's college, bro. It's just, I don't know, bro. I feel like both sides. It's a mulligan for both sides. Foul both sides. Dead play.
Yeah,
it don't count.
He was reaching. He could have waited because bro, it's an interception. As a fumble recovery.
Now it is a Texas Tech ball.
Score, and I get that, but there's a way to get that ball back. And it's kind of like, bro, emotions is high right now, bro. Adrenaline is rushing.
For sure.
Right now is not the time. Or he could have just been like, hey, Shiloh, can I get that ball? Can I get that ball? Instead of going up and being like, boom, knock it out of his hand.
That's what I'm saying. That was
kind of
excessive.
like, all right, bro.
So again, it's a mulligan, dead play, foul on both teams, replay first down.
Yeah.
We're going to go from there. Okay. Yeah. So let us know what y'all think about that. Y'all agree with Deion Sanders interfering, quote unquote, privately with the with teams drafting Shedeur and Travis? Do y'all feel like Shiloh's gonna get a chance in the league? And yeah.
Do y'all feel sorry for Shiloh? Like I'm kind of feeling sorry for that little nigga, man. Like I can't even call him a little nigga. He's damn near 30 now.
Jesus. Is he?
He's like 20. I think he's like 23 or 24.
That ain't almost 30. He's almost, I don't think like 27, 28.
Bro, he's on his 6th year of college eligibility.
Yeah, he's not. All right, I think I done said enough times.
Yeah, he's finna get an OB, original buff.